Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. It's Jada. Today I am doing a video that is highly requested by you guys. A lot of you guys wanted to see how I journal, how to start journaling if you guys aren't journalers, how to become journalers, and more importantly, how to stay consistent after starting. Journaling is such an important part of my life and such an important part in so many people's lives. The most successful people are people who journal because they are able to look at what they've written, reflect, and keep moving forward and adjust their goals based on what they've written before. Journaling is able to also just lay out everything so clear so that you're able to just kind of release the anxiety off of your brain and put it onto paper. Journaling has a ton of benefits and I definitely experience all of them for sure, and I know that other journalers would feel the same. Journaling may not typically be for everyone, so it's important to find what works for you. The first step of journaling is obviously picking a journal that speaks to you. I have a million. If you guys were to look right here, that is where Reflectly comes in. Reflectly is the one-stop shop journaling app that you can use to check in on yourself daily. Sometimes the aspect of taking out the whole pen and paper thing can be overwhelming for people. Some people might not enjoy that, and if you're just beginning journaling, you might want to start journaling online first before you start moving into the pen and paper aspect so that you guys can just kind of get a feel of it. Right now I have the free version, which is right here, and it is able to just kind of do the basics of journaling. As you guys can see, the app asks me how am I feeling today, which is like, today it's super great, feeling super good, and then after that it asks you what about your day is making you feel good. So I picked work, family, whatever else is making me happy. And then after that, it asks you how you were feeling about those things. Are you feeling blessed, happy, great, sad, upset? And then after you finish picking all of that, you're able to title your journal entry and then write down a whole description of how you're feeling. This app makes the whole overwhelming aspect of a journal super easy because it's right there at the step of your phone. So again, if you guys are new journalers and you guys are looking to kind of take on this journaling process but don't really know where to start, hope that you guys are able to go ahead and try it out in the App Store and see for yourself what journaling can do. But back into the video, I wanted to show you guys all of the journals that I am currently using / have. I have a million, so beware. The first journal that I have is my 5-subject notebook. You guys might think, oh my god, that's literally insane, but I created this cover in 6th grade and I was actually trying to use it for a class of mine. So the class that I actually wanted to use this book for, he said that we decorate our covers like a specific way. So I was like, what do I do with this journal? I still have it. I don't really know what to do with it. I'm not gonna rip it apart or anything. I started using it for journaling. My first journal entry was August 28th, 2015. That was 5 years ago. I'm still in this subject notebook. So I've been through almost all of it, but still have so much more to go. So I say that if you guys are like a memory hoard like me and kind of want to put everything in one place, get a 5-subject notebook, decorate it the way you want, and just kind of keep it in there because it's awesome. You definitely don't have to get this big of a size one. I just really liked the flexibility of being able to put everything in here. This is held up for so long. Like, look at that. It's insane. So I really highly suggest the 5-subject notebook, honestly. The next journal that I use is my Create journal. I got this when I was in Singapore. I put all of my crazy ideas in here. I have fun pages like this where I put like stickers down. I have video ideas. This is more so of my aesthetic ideas book. I really like being able to put all of my ideas and crafts and notes into this one notebook because it's plain. It doesn't have any lines in it. Next, I have this journal. This is it says cheers on the front. I got this as a gift from one of my dance students when I was teaching. Thank you so much, Jasmine. But she gave this to me and I use it as a dream journal. I need to start picking this thing back up. I love how this has the month and date at the top, so you can kind of circle the month and the date and then start writing whatever you want to write, because I find dreams so interesting. It just overwhelms me because when I wake up, I want to write everything down, so I try and think about it, and then the more I think about it, I forget instead of just writing it down. So then I just don't write it at all, which sucks, but love this. The next journal that I have is my gratitude journal. This is my favorite thing ever and I pick it up every single day, whether if it's at night or in the morning. I was actually wearing this shirt when I got it. I remember so vividly. How weird. School was definitely in session, but we left school and we went to this hole-in-the-wall bookstore as well as like Rita's Ice Cream, and I picked up this book because it has J's on it. I love it so much. I really do. And it's really simple. It's seriously, like, I'm almost done with it, honestly. It's super simple and it holds up pretty well. So I also have this book. This is one of my favorite books. It is my Dreams and Schemes book, and it is a manifestation law of attraction book that I use to manifest things. So I pick up this book all the time because I'm always writing new things that I'm manifesting, scripting, like I'm just doing so much in it. It also has the same format where it has the month and date at the top. I love it a lot because of the binding on the side. If you guys see, it looks like this, so it opens flat. You know how like some notebooks, like they don't open all the way and it just kind of like you have to push it down? I hate that so much. So I love this thing because it just opens flat, and yeah. those are my notebooks for the most part. I do have a ton more just kind of laying around, but those are the ones that I use the most for right now. Again, if you guys don't want to do the whole writing paper on pen thing, use Reflectly. Just pick one that you're going to be compelled to use, because if you pick a journal that you just don't like, you're really not gonna wanna write at all. The next step on how to journal is picking an environment that suits you. I can't stress this one enough. There's nothing worse than trying to like gather your thoughts together and you're in a noisy environment, the baby's crying in a room, like you've got lawnmowers going. My favorite way to journal is going to my room, getting out my laptop desk. I turn on the diffuser, I crack open the window for some air to come in, and I play some jazz music on the TV. Phone is far away. Don't get on your phone while you're journaling. You should be completely into what you're doing, and that's kind of scary for some people because we don't really like to be alone, especially without our phones. I think that it's kind of scary to be there with your own thoughts and really vulnerable with yourself, so it does kind of take some practice, because if you haven't done it before, it can be so weird because you're just like basically talking to yourself. But I can tell you that if you have the perfect environment, it can completely change your whole experience with journaling. If you've hated it before, maybe it's because you didn't have a necessarily like good environment that you're able to thrive in. So find one that's going to work for you. You should feel comfortable and secure in the area, like the physical area that you're sitting in. As far as supplies, I am very basic with supplies. A lot of other YouTubers will show you their whole like freaking $1,000 set of pens that they got from Amazon, and I'm just like, no. I use Sharpie pens. These are the best things that you can ever write with. I love them so much because I don't like regular pen. It's like a marker and it's like a felt tip kind of, let's see, looks like this, and it's literally amazing. I think I got it in a set of 3 from Walmart or Target. They last for so long and I just like them way better than pen. I don't know, write in pen, but I definitely say if you're journaling to write in something permanent. Don't write in pencil because that can easily just go somewhere for some reason. Pen is just always much more reliable. Marker's much more reliable. It's okay if you mess up. It's okay to cross out. It's okay for it to look messy, but it needs to be on the paper. Sometimes pencil doesn't show up as well and it doesn't stay and can be erased. Whereas permanent pen, literally as soon as it's down, it's down. You can't change it unless you just cross it out and move forward. And in the long run, this will definitely withstand longer and you can definitely see all of the things that you wrote from like 10 years ago. As far as like colorfulness, because I do like color, I just use a simple pack of skinny markers. I remember buying this a long time ago. I think it's like the pack of 150. I use all the colors that I like. These are my favorite colors to use. I use the marker for the titles, you guys can see it, and then I kind of do a Sharpie pen in the middle. I'm pretty minimalistic when it comes to supplies. I don't feel the need to go super crazy with all of that, but definitely if you're bullet journaling or doing art journaling, which is more artsy, more journaly, you can get whatever kind of pens that you want, but those are the supplies that I use and it tends to work really, really well. So the next step is actually how I write. So I want to let you guys kind of know the format on how I journal. I always make sure to write down the date. I can't stress that enough. Write down the date so that you know when you wrote it. Your teacher's always like, date your test, date this, date that, and like you just don't. Date your stuff so that you know when you wrote it. I go the extra mile every single time and also write the time. You definitely don't have to write the time, just mostly write the date, but I like to write the time because I really like to see what time of day on that day I was writing, because there are times when I'm journaling at like 1 in the morning and I want to remember for future self, like, wow, you were up at 1 in the morning like journaling, you know, in bed, like that's so cool, you know. I don't know, but when you really read those like in future time, it feels so much better to go ahead and know, wow, like the time and date, you know. That's how I kind of format my paper. But as far as writing and actually what to write, which I think is the hardest part for some people sometimes, I know it can be really daunting when you're starting a new journal to not know what you're talking about, not know what you're writing down, and that's okay. You shouldn't know every single poetic thing that's gonna come out of your mouth onto paper. It's okay. I think we put too much stress on ourselves to make the next big artwork so that, you know, Anne Frank journal style, like someone's gonna find it in 50 years. Like, it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be that deep, even though I have had many thoughts where I'm like, if someone finds this in like 100 years, that's gonna be embarrassing, first of all, but you don't have to put that much stress on yourself. Really and truly write down just whatever comes to mind. There are so many different types of journaling. I wrote a little list down, but there's gratitude journaling, which I showed you guys I do in that J book. There's morning pages, which I actually did yesterday morning, but morning pages is a technique. As soon as you wake up in the morning, you go ahead and write 3 pages. You might be like, well, what do you write about? It's literally a stream of consciousness where you're just writing down everything that comes to mind. It could be what's on your brain right now. Like, I'm sitting here right now and I feel this blanket. Why does this blanket have a stain on it? What is going on? Like, I think that's a really good brain dump technique to just kind of get everything off your brain. So that's morning pages. Next is just reflecting on your day. Also goals, writing down your goals, writing down how you feel today, writing writing 3 things that you want to do better today than you did yesterday. A lot of this stuff is just things that you are just able to do on your own. You can do anything that you want with journaling. There shouldn't be any pressure as to what you should write. Just write. Don't think about it too hard. Just start writing and things will come out. I promise. Things will definitely come out. So that is what to write. Again, don't think about it too hard. It shouldn't be something where you're just like sitting there longer, like picking a Netflix show longer than actually watching it. It shouldn't be one of those things. It should literally just be opening the book, dating the page, timing the page, whatever you call it, and then just starting to write. But I'm telling you, it makes the biggest difference. Also, don't feel the need to write a full page. Don't feel the need to even write a full sentence. If you're feeling 2 words and you just want to put it down, put it down. I hope that just kind of gives you guys more of a flexibility type mentality about journaling. It should be very just nonchalant. You should just feel the need to just kind of write whatever you want. Don't put pressure on yourselves to like write a 10-page paper. Like, that's not what you should have to do. You can also find tons of prompts on Pinterest. If you go on Pinterest and you write journaling prompts, gratitude journaling prompts, just prompts in general, there's gonna be millions that come up, and then that will give you some kind of direction to go in with your writing so that you have something to write about. All right, the next section of the video is how to actually make journaling a habit. It can be so easy to go ahead and start and feel like, whoa, this is great, and then after that it's like a week passes by and you're like, when was the last time I journaled? The first tip that I have is to associate a time of day with journaling. For me, it's usually when I go to bed. I do want to start making it my morning habit again because I did have it as a morning habit, but as my schedule started shifting and changing over the past couple of weeks, I've been doing it at night, but I'm super tired at night. It's whatever works best for your schedule. I'm still trying to figure out that for myself, but right now my nighttime is where I do a lot of my journaling. So if you know that you work best in the morning and you know that you just kind of want to jot down a couple of ideas before working, do morning times. If you are a night owl and you want to go ahead and brain dump at night, make nighttime your journaling routine. But associating a time of day and every single time that you pick up that journal will definitely help. The next tip for making it a habit also goes along with tip number 1, which is to make it accessible. Make your journal right there. Put it right in front of you. Put it on your lamp desk right beside your bed. That is where all of my journals live. I have a whole like cabinet drawer cubby thing and all of my journals go in there because if I'm placing it at the very tip top of my closet every single time, the likeliness of me trying to go and get that is just not gonna happen. I don't want to go the extra mile to get it. So if you're having trouble journaling in the morning, place your phone underneath your journal before you go to bed so that you pick up the journal first so that you already have it in your hand and then you have your phone underneath afterward. Vice versa at nighttime, if you know that you want to journal at night, place your journal and supplies on your bed, like right on your bed, so that as soon as you're getting in bed, it's right there. Definitely following those 2 steps will make it so much easier for you to go ahead and just make that a habit. And like I mentioned earlier, don't feel the need to write everything down. Once you put that pressure on yourself, you're just not going to want to journal. So only feel the need to write when you want to write, but making it a daily habit to even write a sentence or 2 down every single day is something so cool and something that you're going to want to look back on. This was really just the simple basics of how to start journaling and like what to do, what to say, all of that kind of stuff. In the future, I can definitely do more journaling videos that are geared towards manifesting and how I specifically journal for manifesting and whatnot. There's so many different videos that I can do for that, but I'm telling you guys right now, writing is one of the best things that you can do for yourself and how you can start seeing success from yourself. It's just because you are able to really see how you are progressing in real time, like with your words. Journaling is so beautiful because you can only get that moment of how you were feeling from when you were feeling it when you wrote it down. It's always going to be past you in real time on paper, and that is so beautiful. Like, journaling is seriously the best thing ever. I go back to old journals where I was like, oh, I hit my first 1,000 subscribers, and then you just look back and you're like, whoa, like I actually came somewhere, you know, like I've actually moved forward. So when you do journaling, it really does change your life, and the most successful people, again, journal. So if you want to start seeing changes in your life and start seeing things kind of come to life for you, start journaling. It really makes the utmost difference, and you're going to be so happy that you did it. Thank you again to Reflectly for sponsoring this video. Definitely feel free to download the app down below and just check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Stay journaling, stay creating, and I will see you guys in a future video. Bye.